Hey everybody, welcome on into Sports Live in the 215. I'm your host Connor Okuda, and today we'll discuss the Eagles' 36-33 loss to the Washington Commanders. It was definitely a tough one to take as the Eagles win the turnover battle 5-1, and if you do that 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, you're gonna win that football game, and it just it just didn't pan out that way. Um, so that's really unfortunate. I thought the defense, despite giving up 36 points, I thought they actually played all right. Um, like they were just put into a lot of really bad positions. Um, there was the kickoff out of bounds by Braden Mann, it it didn't land in the landing zone, so it resulted in a penalty on the Eagles' special teams, which that's just poor execution, and he's got to be better. Um, uh, yep. Obviously, the big story of the game, Jalen Hurts gets dinged up with a concussion in the first quarter. I want to say on the Eagles' first or second offensive drive, um, Hurts got that concussion. So hopefully he's able to kind of get through concussion protocol this week, and we'll have him for Sunday. But as I record this, it's Monday, so it's some time until we figure that out. But Kenny Pickett also hurt his ribs, so it could be the Tanner McKee show, which if you saw any of the last two preseasons, or 2 or 3 preseasons, I'm not sure. But if you saw his preseason tape, you're pretty excited for that. But obviously, once once Jalen got out of the game, uh, the Commanders' defense was just keying on the run, and keying obviously on AJ Brown when we did pass the ball. Um, so that obviously took away a huge percentage of our the things that we could really do on offense. Um, so it's frustrating to lose like that, to lose, and credit Jaden Daniels on a a really good performance. I know he had the 2 turnovers. Um, GJ got disqualified for getting 2 personal fouls. I couldn't even I couldn't even see on the TV copy what he said or what he did to warrant the disqualification. Um, and according to Dave Zangaro, who was who's one of the hosts of the Eagle Eye podcast for NBC Sports Philadelphia, he couldn't either. So I just I just don't. It's hard to really make a decision on whether CJ should have been disqualified, but probably not. I mean, I the NFL officiating is questionable at best, and I think anybody who watches football or has allegiance to one of the teams in the league could tell you that. It seems like to any team except the Chiefs. But anyway, of course, CJ can't get disqualified, and and he's I think he's one of those players that officials are going to be looking for him, and he's got to know, and he's got to know to kind of keep his composure, keep his cool. But I mean, I know that emotions run high on any athletic field, but you gotta try and like keep your composure, and the defense without him just seemed like they lost their emotional leader on the back end. I mean, Slay is obviously the leader of that secondary, but as far as like getting all your defensive backs ready to play, that's CJ's job. And with him not out there, they definitely struggled. And Tristan McCollum seemed like he played really like timidly, and of course he that's gonna lead to you losing, and it happened like that. I thought Kenny Pickett was okay. Like he wasn't awful like some media people will have you believe. I thought he was fine. I thought he had some good moments, some bad moments, and kind of some in between. So if I had to give him a grade, it would probably be C+. Like I just don't know. I just don't know what he was really like supposed to do. I mean, it's really up to Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni to make the adjustment once Jalen's not coming back. Like, and it took Kellen Moore like a while to adjust to calling the game for Jalen versus calling the game for Kenny, and that was a huge factor into the Eagles losing the game. Yeah. Before I make the next point, let me just grab some water really quick. That's some high quality H2O. It's a water boy reference, but yeah, I thought Saquon in the first quarter, he was the Saquon Barkley we paid for, but in that first quarter he had 109 yards, and 99 of them were before contact. So he was running like a man on a mission, but once they started to like key on him, he had some tough sledding, and I want to say he still finished with 120, or might have even been 150. And you guys can, if anybody knows, you guys can kind of let me know in the comments. But I thought Barkley, after the second quarter, it wasn't his best performance, to say the very least. But when teams are able to kind of key on the run and almost not worry about the pass um except to AJ. And yeah, I mean, I know he threw a few to Devontae, but Kenny really didn't spread the ball around. So when you do that, you're gonna struggle on the offensive end of the game. But um, there was a 3rd and 5 in the 4th quarter that if Devontae Smith catches that ball, it's game. And I I think I'm pretty sure the ball was like right in his hands, like right in the breadbasket, and it just went through his hands. And that's the first drop I can remember Devontae having in his like 4 years with the Eagles. So he's normally very sure-handed. I'm not worried about that. I thought the defense tackled very poorly, and maybe that's a big part, probably a big part of that. Not maybe, but probably a big part of that was CJ going out of the game and like not being able to make an impact on that aspect of the game. But I don't think like their poor tackling day will snowball. And all in all, like I definitely think this team, they'll be fine. Like they're still a good team. They're 12-3. So and you don't get to 12-3 by accident. I think we all know that. This team's good. These coaches are good. These players are good. So I think we'll be fine. I think it's better now that they take a loss than in the playoffs. Like if they went 15-2 and got bounced in whatever their first round would have been, the entire Eagles fan base would be pissed. Obviously, and rightfully so. But like it's good that they take a loss now. I know now it seems like the 1 seed is out of the question, which is always unfortunate. But hey, if we win one of the next 2 games, we get at least one home playoff game, which is huge because for my money, the Link is the best home field advantage in the NFL. And for those that don't know, the Link is Lincoln Financial Field. But yeah, the Link is the best home field advantage in all of the NFL, maybe in all of sports, really. It's definitely up there. But yeah, like I just think I think Eagles fans need to have faith in this team, and once well, they need to have faith in this team, and once Jalen gets back, we'll be all right. It I'm not a doctor, but it just looked like kind of a mild concussion. But so we'll see how that shakes out. It's Dallas week this week. The bright side of the Eagles losing is it eliminated Dallas and the 49ers from playoff contention. So that's always good. Eliminate one old rival and one kind of new rival. God, I really don't like the 49ers. They're just their attitude is just so they're very, very cocky, and they believe they're the best thing since sliced bread, and they have not they haven't won a ring. They've been to the Super Bowl what, twice, three times in the 21st. It was three times in the 21st century, and they have 0 rings. So they need to kind of zip their lids a little bit. Um, I thought the offense was, on a whole, I thought they were okay. Obviously, when you lose your quarterback, you lose, you obviously lose a large percentage of your offense, and like like knowing like what right audible to call, or like what matchup to go to, um what like whether to run what whether to kind of run or pass it depending on what the defense is doing. And if you prepare one way all week and suddenly mid game your plans change, well, it's gonna take an amount of time for a coach to adjust to that, and that goes for any sport at any level. If you're game planning for someone to be available for a game, and midway through they get hurt, your plans are gonna change because you were really just banking on a player who's usually available for you being available for you again. And unfortunately, Jalen wasn't for a large majority of the game, which hopefully he's all right. I know like all Eagles fans everywhere are thinking about him, and hoping he's all right next week, because we got the Dallas Cowboys coming in here, and it should be a matchup. I don't foresee this being any kind of close game, but like I feel like if Kenny Pickett is out there, or even Tanner McKee, I feel like Dallas has a chance to kind of keep it close. And if Jalen's out there, I think we'll win pretty easily. So yeah, we'll have to see how that all shakes out. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching this, listening to this, however you consume this. And as always, go Birds.